Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of April 8th. We are going to jump right in here. You have this time to go card and this community card. I'll show you this time to go card in just a second, but that time to go card, it's kind of like my purgatory card in this deck where it says that you've been in this like in-between world for a little bit of time, and now it's time for you to get out of the in-between world, right? And to step into the real world. So I feel for a lot of you that you could be doing just that. You could be kind of leaving behind just a certain, like a place, that you've been in. And this could be an energetic place, how you have been feeling, or, it could be like emotional, how your emotions are, or, whatever. And I feel like you're just getting ready to step into a new place, something new, something different. You have this imperfect harmony card, probably something that works a lot better for you in your life. So this looks like a big improvement to me for you, Leo. And I feel there's just a lot of improvements coming in for you in general. So I do like to see this. But Leo, let's see. You have the Queen of Swords, the Lovers, and the Page of Wands. There could be love coming in for you, and it could be any sign, literally. It could be a Gemini, it could be an air sign for sure, or it could be a person who is an air sign, or has air in their chart is what I meant to say. But if you're looking for love, this looks pretty good. You have the Two of Cups here with the Hierophant, could lead to marriage. But you have this time to go card. You can see here that she is about to, it's kind of hard to see on this card, but there's actually like a doorway down here, and she's in this in-between world. So I feel for a lot of you, it's time for you to, get out of this in-between world. It's kind of funny because like all your readings, I pretty much say that, the best way I could describe the energy for Leo is that it's almost like you've been to college of the universe for a very long time, and now you're being asked to graduate, but that graduation requires you to do new things, step into new stuff, even if you're, thinking about retiring. It's kind of funny because I say this all the time to Leo, that some of you could be thinking about retiring, but maybe actually you're starting a whole new career, even if you're, in your 60s or 70s, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't have to be that. That just could be an example of what's going on here. But I really see a lot of you kind of leaving behind something that's familiar and taking it to the grand stage, taking something to the next level. And I really feel that's what's going on here. You have the Queen of Swords, the Lovers, and the Page of Wands. I actually want to show you this here. The Queen of Swords, she's looking over to the Eight of Cups. And this week on the 8th, the first day of the week, we have an eclipse in Aries. And the Eight of Cups is the only card in the tarot that has an eclipse on it. So a lot of you could be walking away from things that no longer serve you. You could be walking in new directions, or you could be, you could be kind of letting go of something from the past and moving forward to something new. Eclipses are notorious for this. I just said to someone else as well. It's kind of funny because I was reading something by an astrologer, and they were saying something about eclipses sometimes requiring and I don't remember who it was, so sorry, I can't quote the person, but it was like years ago. But they were basically saying that eclipses are like the sacrificial lamb. Like sometimes you have to sacrifice something to have something else, to have something better. It's like the eclipse is making space for something better. And I do feel that could be going on here, where it's like you could be releasing one thing or something so that you can make space for something much greater. You have the Lovers here, and the Lovers can represent a perfect match, love. You have the Two of Cups, definitely really good for a new connection. So if you're meeting a new person, especially if it's like an air sign, or, it could be someone with a lot of air in their chart or something, this could be a great connection for you, but definitely a new love connection. The other thing I wanted to say here is that it's not like you're, this whole space thing that I'm talking about, like sacrificing one thing for another, it's like, obviously, if you were in college, like that example that I used, and you go from college to the real world, it's like you're going from, a space to the real world, to something much bigger where you're like totally free to do what you want. So I really feel it's more like that. It's not like you're really sacrificing something, it's like you're just, it's almost like college is the training wheels, and now your ass is on a bike, and you can drive around where you want, and there are no rules. Like there's no one there telling you like, oh, you have to do this, that, or the other thing. There's no professor that's in control that's telling you you have to write this paper, right? And so it's almost like the training wheels are coming off here. I don't know. Let's see where this goes. You have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is a new adventure. I do feel like, again, it could just be a new person going this way. I feel like you've been disappointed in love with the Four of Cups, but the Four of Cups kind of would represent like a new opportunity or a new connection that's much better. With the page Queen of Swords, sorry, you have the Tower. Everybody's had the Tower practically. I think only 2 signs have not had the Tower. You're one of the last people I'm reading for. I only have one more reading after this. And basically, everyone's had the Tower. Wouldn't surprise me if there was a Tower moment or global Tower moments going on. It's funny, it's not funny, but it's interesting that, during eclipses are notorious for earthquakes. Just had that major earthquake in China the other day. And I'm sure there will be more because the Tower keeps coming up in the reading. So, it just is what it is. With the Lovers, you have the Page of Wands. Yeah, I knew there was some sort of connection here. It could be another fire sign, or it could just be a fiery person. I kind of feel like it's a very youthful person as well. Like, they could be older than you, but, and I'm not saying they're, like, immature. I think that it could just be, like, a very youthful person. With the Page of Wands, you have the King of Cups. Could be a water sign as well, which you have been getting here. So, if you happen to be interested in a water sign, it could be a water sign, any water sign. Knight of Cups, Knight in Shining Armor. You have almost all 4 knights here in the reading. So I feel like the multiple knights is like telling me that someone here wants to move faster or something is moving too slowly. So, it's almost like someone wants to move faster than the other person. I don't think this is like that big of a deal. I think you'll figure it out, but it is showing up in the reading. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this "you see clearly now." You have this ant spirit says time to collaborate. I think you're getting a lot of clarity. I think you're getting a lot of understanding as well. You have that Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords literally says you see clearly now. She only has clouds halfway up her body, so she finally sees clearly why she had to go through the things she had to go through, and she can finally move forward in her life. So I kind of feel this is saying you're finally able to move forward. We see a lot of collaboration here as well. You have that community card, this ant spirit, which says time to collaborate. And was there anything else? I mean, 2 of Cups, Lovers, really, they're not really cards of collaboration, but they're kind of, lovers. If you're in love with a person, obviously you're going to have to work together with them. So, I feel a lot of you could be doing that with this energy. Like I said, I do feel like you see clearly now with this energy. The other thing is that if you keep feeling like you're making mistakes, I feel like the universe is going to keep showing them to you. That's literally the words I'm getting. And that's kind of a weird message. I'm not even sure exactly what that means, but kind of like what's popping into my head, I'll just tell you, is that, if let's say you keep worrying about something like your business failing or not making money or whatever. It's like I feel like the universe is going to keep showing you that things are okay by like sometimes I think what happens in life, I don't know how to say this, so this is going to sound weird, but it's like sometimes I think if we're like too worried about money, the universe will we will lose money, and then after we lose money, everything will be fine. It's like the universe is saying like, hey, guess what? There's nothing to worry about, and since you keep worrying, I'm going to have to show you that you don't need to worry by making something happen and then giving you the money back, basically, right? And I know that sounds weird, but, as far as I'm concerned, we're here to learn, and sometimes that's how we learn. So I feel like I kind of feel like this is saying release your worries and your fears. You have the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups is, again, walking away from things that no longer serve you. I don't really feel much here other than you're walking away from things that no longer serve you. You have the 4 of Cups here. 4 of Cups kind of says that he has been disappointed like 3 times in the past, and now he's getting a new offer right here. I do feel that there could be a very solid new offer coming in for you in love. It's going up to that 2 of Cups. And the 2 of Cups is a perfect connection. It can represent soulmates or two people who are really in love with each other. So, again, I feel like there could be a really strong connection coming in for you with the 4 of Cups. I feel you do have to let go of past disappointments. You have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is a knight in shining armor. Like I said, could be any sign. I feel that there is a person who's coming in for you who is a knight in shining armor, someone who will sweep you off your feet. For those of you that have like a big goal, wish, or dream as well, I think it's time to get to work. Again, I really feel that the Knight of Cups is the card of the times that we're in right now. He's standing in the desert and there's water flowing in front of him. The whole point of the Knight of Cups is that like he has a big dream, but he's standing in the desert and he thinks like that nothing will grow in the desert, which is true, but there's water in front of him. So if he plants seeds in front of the water, it doesn't matter that he's in the desert, the seeds will grow, right? And I feel for a lot of you, it's like you could be focusing on the fact that that you think there aren't resources, but there actually is a resource, So, like, I wouldn't be focusing too much on the lack with that Knight of Cups. With the 8 of Cups, you have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, really going for what you want no matter what. Like, she has no proof that what she wants to do is going to work. That's the whole point of the Queen of Wands is, if we boil down the meaning of the Queen of Wands, she has to learn as she goes, and she might have an idea, but she doesn't know if it's going to work, or she might have a direction. She is being guided by this sunflower right here. The sunflower points towards the sun, points towards her happiness. So she doesn't know if it's going to work or not. She just has to trust that it's going to work. And, I think that for a lot of you, that's the place that you're at. You're just having to trust that something's going to work in your life. With the Four of Cups, you have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords moving on to calmer shores. He needs to leave behind. These people are leaving behind those choppy waters, and they're moving on to calmer shores. So I feel for a lot of you that you are heading towards, again, calmer shores. You're heading towards improvements here. Love it. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Justice card. Justice is cause and effect and balance. So I feel for a lot of you that you are bringing more balance into your life. Could be a Libra coming in for you as well. Could be any sign, again, general reading. But I also feel that you are going to be experiencing karmic justice. It's kind of funny because, again, I feel like the universe is bringing you things now, maybe even literally starting this week, where it's like the universe is saying you're worrying for no reason. So I definitely get something about like letting go of worries or fears or something like that. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this Into Me I See card and this Imperfect Harmony card. This Intimacy card is, about intimacy, about looking into yourself and finding those inner answers for your direction in your life. I feel for you, the intimacy is the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is about planting seeds in a direction, like getting started on something. And I feel this card is saying, if you look into yourself, you will find the answers on like what you should get started on. That Imperfect Harmony card, again, I do feel love here. Obviously, you have the Two of Cups and the Fool. It's like you could be taking a leap of faith towards a person or whatever, and I feel like it's going to be very harmonious for you. I really see it working out very well with that Imperfect Harmony card. Again, you have the Two of Cups here. Two of Cups is a perfect match. These two people are perfectly matched, but they are very different. These two people are meant to look different. The Two of Cups, as I always say, is a card of, someone who is very different than your usual type. So it wouldn't surprise me if it was a person who is like different than your usual type, or, just different than what you would normally go for in some way. So this could definitely be a perfect match for you. I would also say there's probably going to be a lot of communication as well. This right here is the Staff of Hermes, and it just represents communication. If you don't want love, again, this could just be you and your higher self. Even if you do want love, doesn't matter. I always read Two of Cups as you and your higher self. It's like you communicating with your higher self and what your higher self wants. You have the Fool. The Fool is about, again, taking a leap of faith. I feel it is time for Leo to be a contrarian. The Fool is the contrarian in the tarot. He does things in his own unique way. He doesn't really listen to anyone else. And with the Queen of Wands is very similar to that side of things. The Queen of Wands, she has that black cat, and during the times of tarot, black cats were very unlucky. And, as I always say, cat ladies, I'm not talking about your cat. I'm talking about the cat on the card. And what I would say is, the whole point of the cat on her card is that she doesn't care what anyone thinks. She just wants the black cat, right? And the Fool is kind of similar. He's going on a journey that is and he's doing it in a different way. Some people might say he's foolish, but really he's just a contrarian. He just does things in his own unique way. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is kind of like slow, steady progress in a new direction. So I feel for a lot of you that you are making progress. I actually feel pretty good about this. Normally, I feel like the Knight of Pentacles is no progress, but I do feel there's progress here. So, he just needs to plant seeds in this field and they will grow. If you have any ideas of any new things that you can do in your life, that's what I would do here with the Knight of Pentacles is, move in new directions. Let's see here. With the Two of Cups, you have the Two of Cups. What do you know? So definitely could be a perfect match coming in for you with that Two of Cups. With the Fool, you have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is about turning around and seeing what you do have, the Two Cups right here. So some of you could have experienced a loss, or, again, with the Fool and the Five of Cups, this could be you saying, like, would it be foolish for me to get into a new connection? Am I just jumping into another disaster? And that's kind of the question that I feel like you're asking yourself here. This does not have to be love as well. Again, this could be something you're working on, something you're creating. I do feel that as well. So take it how it resonates. But I do feel for a lot of you that you could be wondering, like, am I doing the right thing or the wrong thing here? Is this the right direction for me to move in? Definitely something to think about. With the Knight of Pentacles, sorry, you have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, I love the King of Pentacles for love because, it's a person who wants something permanent, a person who wants something that works. So I feel you could be attracting a person who actually wants to make something work with you, a person who actually wants things to go the right direction. So this looks very, very good to me for love. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Eight of Wands and this Me Talks card. It says, repairing the body, mind, and spirit. It's a Mercury retrograde, so obviously it would be an amazing time to rest, relax, recover, heal, do things to take care of yourself. Any of that stuff is always a good idea. Eight of Wands is quick success as well, so I feel a lot of you could be finding quick success in whatever it is that you do in your life. You have the Hierophant, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. The Hierophant can be marriage. So if you're meeting a person, you could be meeting someone that you will marry in the future. If not, even if you are, this could be blessings coming in for you, especially showing up in the good stuff. The Hierophant is blessing these two initiates in front of him. And so you could just be receiving blessings from the universe. And I do kind of feel that here. You have the Eight of Pentacles. It's like your hard work paying off, and I feel that for a lot of you, you are kind of like learning new things. This is a card of apprenticeship and mastery. He's perfecting his craft. He is learning something new. So if you're working on any new projects or working in new businesses or whatever you're doing, this could just be you kind of like perfecting your craft or perfecting what you do in life, and I see a lot of success for you there, so that looks good. You have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is about being spontaneous. The Knight of Wands, he has to move in spontaneous directions. He has to move in ways that he maybe isn't sure of. I think this is, and I'm pretty sure I've said this to you before, this would be a really good energy for you to embrace. Just being comfortable. If like something doesn't work one way, trying something else is going to be very important for you. Being flexible, right? So I think that, flexibility is really, really important here. With the Hierophant, you have the Nine of Wands. Some of you could need to open up to a new connection. So again, if you are attracting love, I would open up here with the Nine of Wands. It is showing up in the good stuff. So again, if you have been wounded, he is a wounded warrior. You could be healing from these things. Obviously, you have that card that says repairing the body, mind, and spirit. So you could just be doing a lot of healing in general. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Devil. Again, showing up in the good stuff. So again, you could be letting go of bad habits and, all that other stuff, and that would be a good thing. The other thing I will say is that sometimes I feel that the Devil kind of represents creative energy. These people have animal horns on their heads in front of the Devil, and it kind of represents like root chakra energy. It represents our animal instincts or our baser instincts. Sometimes I feel with the Devil that we need to take the energy from our root chakra basically and bring it up to our head and express something into the world. So a lot of you could be expressing new ideas, new projects, new businesses, all that other stuff, and I feel there will be a lot of success in what you put out into the world. With the Knight of Wands, you have the King of Swords. This is a card of knowledge and wisdom. So do you have all four kings? Oh, no. You have three kings here, which is pretty freaking close to an emperor. But, again, the King of Swords is a card of knowledge and wisdom. And I feel like you have a lot of knowledge and wisdom that you need to be using in different ways, which I am almost 1,000,000,000% sure I've said to you. Again, I think, like, if I were to say, like, what is the one thing that would change Leo's life the most here, I would say that it is the King of Swords. Like, you have knowledge doing something, whatever it is, some sort of talent, gift, skill, or ability, and I think you need to use it in a different way, whatever the hell that means. Maybe you have a job doing one thing, but maybe the skills can be applied to a new job, right? That's different. Maybe you have been working in an industry for a long time and now you're going to become a consultant instead of doing whatever it is that you did. It's like, there's something about that always pops into my head for you, and I feel it would be extremely valuable. You have this Tulip card that says great passion. Yeah, if you're attracting a connection, I do feel like if you're attracting a connection, it'll be very surprising for you, just because of how well it works. So, there you go. You have this Quill card that says get back to basics. I tell everyone to keep it simple nowadays, so, I would definitely keep things simple. You have this Camel that says persevere and you will overcome problems. I don't really feel like you're having any problems. I think that the problem is being stuck in the old, your old world, needing to step into this new world, and, that's that. You have this bag, it says something important such as a new job or a raise. Are you kidding me? I've literally been saying this to you for weeks, so There you go, Leo. Anything you can do to get into a new position or a better position would be a good idea. Again, I like to remind people, you don't have to quit your job. This could just say that there's a better position available for you at the job you have now, or you get a raise or a promotion or something like that. But, I think you're going to have to ask for it with this energy. You have this candles card. It says you will be shown the way. Definitely, I feel that there is great clarity here. Again, you have that owl, the Queen of Swords, even the Tower brings in clarity. The whole point of the Tower is that those people built those walls up around them too high, and now they're being brought back down to reality. They are seeing reality for what it actually is. So I think that there is a great deal of clarity here coming in for you, and it's going to lead to like a lot of success or forward movement is what I feel, especially with the Knight of Pentacles. Again, normally I don't like the Knight of Pentacles, but I kind of feel the Knight of Pentacles is saying that you are making great progress in this reading, and you are being shown the way. You are being shown the way towards success. So this looks great, Leo. Love it. So thank you for being here, and enjoy your week.